Hey, it's me, MLB. Here is chapter 66 of Heard You Like Me, and this one is titled Gender Swap Cafe with a Twist. You tuned into the voices around you and were surprised to hear that some of the boys were more excited about wearing dresses than you were expecting. "Oh, I hope there's red in the dresses," you heard Kiri say in his mind. "I look good in red." "Ugh, I am going to be the most flamboyant," you heard another classmate say in his mind, and judging by his accent, you picked up that he was of French origin, and you looked around to see who it was. Who is French here that I didn't pick up on? You wondered, swiveling your head around to see a blonde guy staring straight at you. Mate, the only thing straight about this guy is the part in his hair, you thought. Having said that, not even his hair is straight. You added, I think I need to talk more with this guy. I feel like we might get along. You gave him a half smile, and he gave you a bright smile in return, and then raised his fingers to his hair and gently flicked his fringe off his face. That was very French and very gay all in one, and I'm living for it, you thought as you looked back to the front. This is going to be interesting. Okay, now that we have established that we will be doing a gender swap cafe with magic ordering, Ida said from the front, we will need to think of a particular style of clothing for the cafe. Yin, you mentioned the girls of class 1A to be in suits. Yes, I did, you said. I think it would look classy. We could do like kind of a high tea thing. It would be easier to make smaller bite-sized items and then just have them pick 4 things that they wanted on their tiers, as well as what teas that they'd like to accompany it. Oh, I can bring in many beautiful teas, Momo said excitedly. I do so love tea, and Yin is the best at selecting them. I am not, you snorted with a laugh. Yeah, you are, Jirou said teasingly from her seat, and you laughed again. These two are delusional. Disregard their claims, you said, and then returned to your original point. So, to go with the girls in suits, we could maybe do simple white shirts with pinafores of different colours for the boys. Oh, and knee-high stockings, Mina suddenly added in, shooting her hand high in the sky to show her enthusiasm. Yes, I love it, you said, pointing at her. We could have the girls wear a coloured tie to match the colour of the boys' pinafores to tie it all in together, pun intended, you said with a chuckle, making a link between the word tie. That does sound good, Ida said with a nod of his head. So, like, if Kiri is in a red pinafore, then maybe make Mina in a suit with a red tie to match, you said. Oh, Yin, you read my mind. I was just thinking that red would be... Kiri started to say. Then slowly his voice faded out as he realised, and you looked at him and winked. Oh, wait, did you read my mind? He asked you. I'm never far away, you joked. He blushed deeply and then looked up to Ida and Momo. Red does look good on me, though, he said softly, and you chuckled. Bro, you'll look super amazing in red. I can't wait, you said, and he looked at you and grinned brightly, his sharp teeth on display. I do like the sound of this, Momo said with an excited clap of her hands. Okay, now, we need to assign roles. We need female waiters and male waitresses, as well as welcome crew, chefs and runners. That's those who will be on standby to help with different things, she said, turning to the board and picking up a piece of chalk to write down the headings of the jobs that will be happening on the day. For the rest of the class, the roles were written up and decided, and as the final bell rang, you had already assigned roles to everyone, the groups being as follows. Female waiters were Mina Ashido, Kyoka Jirou, Toru Hagakure, Tsuyu Atsui. Male waitresses were Denki Kaminari, Ijiro Kurishima, Katsuki Bakugo, and Yuga Ayama. Welcome crew were Tanya Ida and Ochako Yuranaka. Mineta had been voted as mascot to keep him away from the girls. Kitchen staff and chef were Ricardo Saito, Momo Yayorozu, Koji Koda, Mashirao Ojiro, man, I'm struggling here. And extra staff / runners were Mezo Shoji, Shoto Todoroki, Izuku Midoriya, and Hunter Sero. And then you and Tokoyami had special roles. You thought it would be a cooler idea if someone dressed as some kind of grim reaper or magician and just occasionally walked amongst the tables waving a magic wand or pointing the bone at people, and then behind the scenes you were the one using your quirk to gather intel, but Tokoyami would be the distraction to make it look like it was his doing. At the mention of some kind of witch/wizard/ harbinger of death looking icon for the role, he immediately jumped on board. Any chance to live out his best Halloween dream, he was there. So I'll hide somewhere and watch people, keep my quirk turned on the whole time, and use the walkie-talkie to relay information to the kitchen, you said. We can work out finer details later, right? Right, Momo said with a smile. But I think we've made great progress already. She looked up at the board with everyone's names written on it and smiled. "Good job, everyone," she said with a clap of her hands. "Now we just need to come up with 4 colours to match for the outfits, and we should be ready to start." "Oh," Eureka said as she raised her hand. "What about dark red, yellow, purple and cyan?" Momo quickly wrote them on the board, and you smiled when you heard Kiri's inner thoughts. "I'm going to look so manly in red," he thought passionately. "I vote Kiri for red," you said, raising your hand. "Oh, that's so manly of you, Yin," Kiri said as in his mind, with a heart-squeezed look on his face. "Thank you." You looked at him and grinned and then winked, and he gave you the biggest grin back. "The purple will look so regal on moi," you heard flamboyant French boy say in his mind from the back, and you glanced back at him, just in time to see another dramatic hair flip. "Bro, this guy right here is something else," you thought with a smirk, but just then the bell rang for class to end, and the meeting had to wait until next time, with the bell waking Aizawa from his nap. "Go to next class," he said, as he got up and stood at the front of the classroom in his yellow sleeping bag, and you all just looked at him before slowly getting up and picking up your books to head to the next class. "Oh, I'm so excited for the summer festival," Momo said as she came up beside you. "You had a brilliant idea, Yin," she added. "Well, I kind of got the idea from Mina, actually. We were just discussing boys with eyeliner," you said with a chuckle. "Who's wearing eyeliner?" Jirou asked as she came up on your other side. "No one, but I'm super excited to see you in a suit, though," you said to her. "Oh, me too, actually," Momo said with a smile from your other side. "I have a feeling you'll look really good." "Oh, thanks," Jirou said with a blush on her cheeks. You smiled at her, then Momo. "Oh, yeah, this is going to be so much fun," you thought. "Oh, hey, Momo, after the summer festival, let's then go to your holiday house. I think it would be great to unwind there." "Oh, yes," Momo said happily. "Kyoka, once we finish off the summer festival and start our summer break, we need to go to my beach house, all 3 of us, and have a little weekend there." "I'm in," Jirou said with a smile. "I sure hope you are," you said with a chuckle as you continued to walk down the hall to the next class. "Couldn't see us having a good time without you there. We need all 3 of us." And so the next month was spent getting everything ready for the Gender Swap Cafe. Momo got her approval for making the costumes with her quirk, the menu was discussed and buying of the food items itemised and listed, cafe design layout was drawn up and planned, and all other necessary equipment written down and logged, ready for the big day. It was now coming close to crunch time, and you were a week out from the launch date, busily working away, getting everything ready, when you saw the flamboyant French classmate, who you came to know his name as Ayama, standing alone in the classroom one evening, and you decided to talk to him, get to know him a little better. Is Ayama going to do a 4th wall break like he usually does in my books? We'll have to wait till next week. Sorry about that. It's not a cliffhanger. Whoever is excited to hear Ayama speak, whether he's going to break the 4th wall or not, that's well, I mean, it could be a cliffhanger for you guys. I do apologise. But we've got Sarah coming tomorrow, so I will see you for him, or I'll see you next week for more Heard You Like Me. See you then.